Hey guys, what's going on? Long time no see. It's good to see you guys. Feels like it's been a while. And this video is long past due. If some of you guys didn't know, my bike did get stolen. There's, you know, proof if you didn't believe me. So, I guess we'll start with a little story time. Alright guys, where was I? Oh, I guess I'll just start from the beginning. I was talking about where the bike got stolen. I'll just start from the beginning. So, it's like 4:30 in the morning, 4:28 to be exact. And my phone goes off. It's like, who would be calling me at 4:30 in the morning? Look at it, and naturally it was my, what do you call it? Monimoto bike tracker. It's like, that's weird. So I go outside, lo and behold, my bike's completely gone. Like, just gone. So I was like, okay. So my fiance calls the cops, and I do what anyone else would do. I hop in a car and I take off, looking for somebody that looks suspicious. Drive around, looking, drive around the block, nothing. And come back, and I actually see a van, like a work van, and I thought it was kind of suspicious for a work van to be out at 4:30 in the morning. You know, that's a little early, especially it was a painting company of some sort. So I followed them, got their tag number, all that good stuff, because it was suspicious, but I didn't have any reason to provoke the situation, seeing as I had limited intel at the time. Get back, the cops already at the house where she'd called them, luckily, I guess. So we're sitting there talking to the cops, explaining what's going on. I tell them about the tracker, and I explained to him that I had the tracker. I knew exactly what time the bike was taken, all that good stuff, and pretty much asked him to go look in that general area. I mean, it's a pretty remote location. I mean, we're literally in the middle of town, but whatever. The area where the bike itself was out, like, behind the house in a wooded area. Like, they tried to drive it through the woods. And so I explained that to them. They go out there, you know, they're looking around. There's probably 5 or 6 cops at this point looking around where I told them the bike was, or at least where the tracker was. And they look out for about 5-10 minutes, come back. They explained to me that, you know, the bike's gone, there's no bike there, and they think that they found the tracker and threw the tracker out and took the bike. So I'm like, okay, well, just let me know if you find out anything. They're supposed to go look at cameras Monday, or the following Monday, which would have been Monday this week. And it's like, okay, well, you do that. I said, but when you leave, do you care if I go out and look myself? And he said, no, go for it. You do whatever you got to do. I said, okay, well, if I find it, I'll give you guys a call back. So I'm sitting there, you know, thinking it over. They already looked. Is there any point in me going and look? Because there was 5 of them, there's 1 of me. And so once it's all said and done, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go look. I can't just let my bike be gone and not even try. Which this lot would change. So long story short, the cop leaves. I go back. If you guys seen my last video, you see me walk literally right up to the bike out in the woods where I told him the bike was to begin with. Hey guys, what's going on? Hope y'all are having a good one. Got an update on my Monimoto tracker review. Somebody stole my bike at 4:30 in the morning, and I'm live tracking it. Had the cops come out. They searched where it said it was, couldn't find it. Come out here, get in the woods. Would you look at that? I found it. So
would I say the Monimoto tracker is worth it? 100%. So yeah, get your guys a tracker so you can track your bike when somebody tries to steal it. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
So, you know, they finally get out there. Well, before they get out there, we pull up to the edge of the road. That way, when we get there, they'll see us and we can take them to where I found the bike. Well, we get up there. It's passes maybe a minute from the time we walk away from the bike, and I get another phone call saying my tracker's moving. So I was like, what the heck? So we haul tail down there to where the bike was in my video my last video I posted, saying that I found it, and it's gone again. These fools tried to take my bike again. So at this point, you know, I'm heated. I go running through the woods after them. Can't find anybody. I stay, you know, defensive. I'll say that. I'm not gonna, you know, say anything crazy, but I was very defensive at the point until the cops get there. They show up like 30 minutes later, which does me absolutely no good. They're asking me for a description of the people. I'm like, I didn't see them. It's dark. Probably would have been able to get them had you guys been out here, but now my bike's actually stolen again, and I don't know where the heck it's at. So they finally pull their drones out, their thermal drones, and they go up. They're looking around. I'll post a picture. I kind of took a video of kind of where I found the bike initially, where it was secondary, and then, you know, they go up and they get their drone. They find the bike, but they're unable to locate any suspects or anything like that. Okay, whatever. Well, I'm thinking, you know, they're going to do an investigation. They're going to figure this thing out. It's not a big, well, like, populated area. I do live in the middle of town, but there's not really that much around right there in that vicinity. So, long story short, they look for about an hour trying to find these guys, never find them. We end up finding the bike again. It was just laid on its side, of course. They dipped as soon as they heard me coming, I guess. So we're able to get the bike, at least. But it's got all the damage. They punched out the lock. They actually, I found out the other day, they broke a key off in the ignition. And all that good stuff. So, the bike's technically unrideable. But you know your boys got to get out here and ride. I hotwired this mother trucker. So we're out here today. But I don't know how many more videos I'll be able to do on this bike, because it's still an ongoing investigation, and I ain't trying to get capped with, you know, stolen bike or anything like that. But I had to go ride. It's 50 degrees outside. It's the nicest day we've had ever since. I was supposed to go riding Saturday when all that happened. That was a week ago, and it was probably 70 degrees outside and sunny, and this is the nicest day we've had since. It's been raining and like 20 degrees outside every day since. But anyway, the cops get the bike, whatever. We get the bike back up to the house, and it's unreasonable to even try and drive it at that point. And we go through all that. The cops said they would call, an investigator would call me, all that good stuff. Come Monday morning, I'm just gonna skip the weekend because nothing exciting really happened. So we come out Monday morning. I call my insurance. They tell me, oh, since the bike's been recovered, you can't file it as stolen or theft. So at that point, I'm like, okay, so if they steal my bike, I can get help, but since I actually recovered the bike, I can't do anything. So I'm still waiting to hear back. They were supposed to send somebody out to look at the bike, and I haven't heard or seen anything since. I'm probably gonna call them after I get off the bike, or Monday, I don't know, we'll see. Try and figure out what the heck's going on. But get off the phone with them. Not too long later, the investigator calls me. I'm like, okay, cool, they're investigating the situation. All he had to say was, well, you found the bike and we don't have any evidence that it was even really stolen or any suspects to even interrogate or anything like that, so we're just going to close the case. I'm like, no, you're not. I want to press charges. I said, you need to find the fools and we'll press charges or do whatever we need to do. He's like, well, we can't press charges if we don't even know who we're up against. Well, I want to say this was Monday. or no, this was Tuesday, because he was supposed to have went and looked at cameras Monday next door, because the first officer said that they had good cameras. Never happened. So I'm to the point now, I'm about to just do my own personal investigation or something, because they're not doing anything. The local police department, they're not helping anything. They're not trying. They don't care. I got the bike back. That's all they care about. Well, it's only a matter of time before they steal somebody else's or steal mine again, or attempt to. And then that's going to be completely unreasonable, because obviously the cops aren't going to do something, so somebody needs to. And I'd hate to be that guy, but somebody's going to have to do something with these thieves. I can't stand a thief. The only good that came out of it is they didn't come out with the bike. I did. I mean, they destroyed my bike, they destroyed my property. They laid the bike over on both sides, where they tried to steal it twice. They laid it on the one side the first time, and then they laid it over on the other side the second time. So I kind of got screwed out on that one. I mean, the bike's absolutely beat up, but as you can see, I hot-wired this mother trucker and we're riding. I ain't playing the stupid games. But here we are. I just wanted to let y'all know what was going on. Like I said, I'll post a video. Somewhere in this video, probably where I was explaining kind of what all was going on. But we'll do that, and then we'll that way you guys can kind of see where the bike was, where I found it first and second time. Oh, and then after they found it the second time, I forgot I'll add this in, but after they found it the second time, they told me, you know, hey, you can go get the bike. And I wasn't too sure where it was, because it was way out in the woods at this point. So I found a cop at a little local school that's kind of across town, but there's literally a trail, and you'll see it on the map. I'll actually post it right here. But you'll see the map. There's a trail that goes straight to this school. And when we pulled into that school to talk to the cop, I can literally see fresh tire tracks going into that school, which is kind of across town, but it's directly behind my house. So I think what they did is they got on the bike and took off through the woods, and they planned on meeting that truck at that school to load the bike up and haul ass. I'm pretty confident that that's what happened, but I can't get the cops to understand that for some reason. They just think, oh, you got the bike, it's all good. No, I want to catch this fool. So there's that. But what can you do? It is what it is. I meant to grab my 3D camera so y'all can kind of see everything that's going on. But, of course, I couldn't get my camera to charge. I've been so bummed out ever since all this happened and went down. It's been a complete cluster, but, you know, crap happens. You just gotta look at the bright side of things, I guess. The worst part for me was that happened Saturday morning at 4:30. I was going in at 9 o'clock that morning to try and trade the bike in or see about getting another bike. And now I'm kind of, the whole situation is just on a pause, which makes me that much more want to just keep both bikes. I think I'm just going to make this a stunt rig. I'll gear it and cage it, and I'll just stunt the ever-living crap out of it, because it's already busted on both sides. The ignition's jacked. I got a hot wire to rod it. Nobody's going to want that on a trade-in. I'd be upside down by the time I traded it in if I did. But I think I'm just going to go that route. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Once we get off the highway here, I'm going to hop off the bike, and we'll kind of do a little walk around of the bike, and y'all can see all the damages and whatnot. Oh, and guys, I actually got my new helmet. I didn't tell you guys about that. I posted a short, but I think only like 12 of you guys watched it. Let's see if you can see it. That popping shoe eye. I am excited. This is the helmet I've been talking about since I started riding, that I just couldn't decide if I wanted to go that route or not. And let me tell you, I am not disappointed. Like, usually when I turn my helmet when I'm riding, it's so uncomfortable when the helmet wants to move around. But this dude's like stuck. It ain't going anywhere. It's so comfortable. I don't get as much cold air on my face as I do with HJC. It's a warm helmet. Of course, you know your boy got that tinted visor. Don't need my face being shown. But it's all good in the hood, boys. We're gonna figure this thing out. But just spoiler alert, it's gonna trigger me getting a bike a lot sooner. So we'll be bringing that new bike I've been talking about to the channel as well, so stay tuned for that. I'm just waiting on one to pop up in a dealership near where I'm at. Of course, nobody has the bike I want, so I'm just waiting. They allegedly have one ordered in town, so I told them, I was like, my name's going on that bike as soon as you get it. I was like, call me when it's on the way. Don't even bother waiting for it to get here. I said, I'll be there as soon as it shows up at the door to pay for it. So, your boy's about to make changes. The channel's about to be popping this year. So if you're not already, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Like the video. I want this video to get out because I never thought this would happen to me, and obviously, you know, it did, and it could happen to you too. So we need to make sure that our bikes stay in our possession. We don't have anyone else jacking our crap. Do a little speed run, might as well. What's the worst that can happen when we blow it up? Get off here, do a little cruise. Not like we're gonna be able to get any speed with the interstate moving as slow as it is. I feel like there's a blemish on my helmet already. I don't know if it's just a streak or what. But yeah, this is the Shuai 1400 RF. And let me tell you guys, it is sick. I love it. Totally worth the investment. But I will say the only weird thing, I wish I had my 360, but you got to push a button to open the visor. And you cannot do it with the camera. It's such a pain. But there's a button behind the camera that you got to push to open the visor, and it sucks. That's the only downfall, but you know, I almost cried putting a freaking camera mount or chin mount on the helmet in the first place, because it was a nice helmet. It looked beautiful when I got it. Alright, let's get it, because this lot ain't changing. Whoa, little rope in my way. And I will tell you guys now, if you've been following the channel for a while, I've been trying to get wheelies going on this thing. I'm gonna be a little more eager now that I don't have to worry about dropping the bike, because it's already been dropped on both sides now. And the damage is done, so might as well send it, right? This ride's been much needed. I've been dying to go on a ride ever since I made that. Like I said, that Saturday all that happened, I was planning on riding the bike, and I haven't been able to ride it ever since. So it's probably been a week and a half since I actually rode the bike. So it's much needed, to say the least. And again, I appreciate every one of you guys that follow the channel, because it's much appreciated. I couldn't do it without you guys. Find a place to pull over here in a minute, and we'll get off, and we'll check the bike out and all that good stuff. It's a beautiful day to be riding, guys. It's definitely it's alright. I'm not gonna say it's perfect. It's a little chilly, but with the right gear, it's ideal. It's sunny, at least, kind of, like partly cloudy. Park right here. That's a good spot. I think this is where I parked once before. I think this is a golf cart track, but it's fine. Kind of get off and give y'all a little walk around. So obviously, as you probably already noticed, is they jacked that ignition up, son. I mean, you probably can't see it on the camera, but there's actually a key broke off in there. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not, but there's definitely a key broke off in the ignition. I don't know what they were trying to do by putting a key in it. Obviously, they don't have the key for the bike, but they did all this number, jacked this up. I had to mess with a bunch of this stuff to get it tight or whatever, but did all that. I don't know what was here. That might have been from the cover I took off. I can't remember. But you can see all the mud under it. There was a bunch of grass and crap, weeds, whatnot. This side isn't as bad because they kind of just set it on its side, because I don't think they realized I was coming after them, to say the least. But you can definitely see all the scratches through here. This side isn't actually as bad as I felt like it was at first, but I was kind of heated, so I was nitpicking. But yeah, this side isn't as bad, but you can see on the other side they jacked it up. This tire's going flat. I don't know what they did. I don't know if they got some dirt up in the bead, or a stick punctured it, or what, but I keep having to air it up now. This is worse than what it was before. All jacked up. I mean, they literally did a number on it. But you gotta love thieves, I guess. It is what it is, guys. That's all I can tell you. That's a thief for you. It just amazes me that they came for it twice. That's what gets me. And they had to have been watching, because like I said, it was like a minute or two between us leaving where the bike was and then picking it back up. But I will tell you, I got an alarm too, because I thought, you know, hey, the tracker's good enough, nobody will mess with it, I don't have to worry about that. Well, lo and behold, I do have to worry about it. But we got that taken care of. I got I'll link it down in the description, but the alarm I got, it's a disc lock. It's the Xena 6, I think, or something like that. But it actually has it's a disc lock with 120 decibel alarm. And let me tell you guys, it is loud and it is insanely sensitive. Like I said, my tire was going low. Well, I had the disc lock on and I felt the tire. I just felt the tire to see if it was low, and the alarm went off. And so if anybody sits on your bike, touches your bike, looks at your bike funny, trips and touches your bike, I'm telling you, that alarm is gonna go off, and they're gonna regret it. So that is a great deterrent, in my opinion. if you guys are looking or haven't thought of it, I mean, bikes apparently do get stolen more often than you would think. So if you guys don't have any kind of deterrent, I would definitely get one of those. I would invest in one. And make sure that your bike's not well known or highly visible, because like I said, I live in the middle of town, so I never really expected anything. But even the cop said that he's been waiting for it to get jacked. So I'm gonna take some consideration into where I'm actually leaving it, so it's not visible from the road. If anybody did want to think about taking it, you know, they'd have to find it. I think I'm gonna stash it like on my porch, so they're actually gonna have to work for it if they try and steal it again. And that disc lock, you should be able to hear it from inside the house if somebody tried to jack it. Like I said, it is insanely loud. So that shouldn't be a concern anymore. Alright guys, I'll probably go ahead and wrap the video up there. I appreciate you guys. It's been fun. Hopefully we'll be back to making bike content. Every time I say that, something goes terribly wrong, so we'll see guys. But anyway, stay safe. Keep your crap locked up. Make sure nobody steals it. Be safe. Stay positive, because through all this I've really tried to stay positive and have a positive attitude, even when it's been a total shit show. But aside from that guys, appreciate you all. Get out there and ride. Be safe. Stay positive. Till next time, peace.